Welcome to Art and Soul Insider. I'm Barbara Lynn Burns, and I'm here to help you find your joy, your creativity, and calm through art and wellness. Whether it's exploring new supplies, guided meditations, or inspiring art projects, this is your space to recharge and create. So let's make more art and less stress together. Here we go. Hi, welcome, my friend. Have you ever had one of those days where you just go, I just want to paint this? And that's what happened to me today. I just want to create a fun background with different types of marks and then go and paint a whimsical woman on top. Just her face, maybe her neck and stuff like that. So if you are interested in that, well, let's start at the beginning. Let's start with our background. Here we go. Okay, here we are. I was just trying to get on my chair. It's not the best chair, I tell you, because, well, the what are they called? Balusters? I'm not sure. It doesn't roll nice. So I struggle with it all the time. So let's get a clear page or a white page, blank page, right? Now, I'm going to get kind of messy. And what I would suggest, if you don't want any paint on, the following pages, maybe put some newsprint, or you could get wax paper and just make it bigger than your entire space. And then it won't affect the paper underneath, right? I see my chair's not right yet. Okay. So I'm going to tape, because you know me, I love a border. So I'm going to fast forward this for you. So supplies. I've got some Stabilos, okay, whoops, and some fluff. Some that came from somewhere. I also have China markers. So the Stabilos are nice and thick. They're water soluble. I can use them just for line, or if I want to get them wet, they become paint. I'm going to, I've got all these craft paints. So I'm going to be using a whole bunch of craft paints for my background. My background, I'm going to use white. I've got different types of blues with, well, glitter paint. And I have kind of some teals and sort of things like that, and a metallic. So we're going to be using those. Brushes. I brought these new brushes. They're so lovely. Number 8 gum bracker, and again, it's flat because it's got a nice flat edge there. This is a filbert, okay, because of the rounded edge. This is a number 8 as well. Okay, so see, I'm choosing smaller brushes to cover my background because, well, I'm just wanting to. And I thought this could be nice for mark making as well. And this is a gum bracker. This is a filbert as well, rounded edge here. And this is a number 2. Okay, so got my palette. I've got some printmaking things. Okay, I've got some stencils. Okay, got some, oh, I love bubble wrap. And I got my palette. Yeah, so we're set. I'm just going to paint. Well, naturally, you kind of expect that, with considering I'm talking all about these paints. I also have my towel here to take excess off. So it could be excess paint, excess water, and I've got paper towels. And in addition with that, I've got a blow dryer. But I'm going to just work on the background. I'm going to leave it for a bit and then come back. So I'm not too concerned. But yeah, today I was just, well, that's a lie. couple of days, I've been thinking about faces. I love doing faces. And, I thought I haven't done any here. So I'm just going to take some of this. Now I'm going to go over with paint with this. So it's going to, well, blend, right? It's going to become paint. Now, am I concerned that we're going to lose it? Not really. I do this sometimes just to get rid of the white paper, right? There's that fear that people have. I'm okay with it, but I did that to show you sometimes you can just start by making a mark on the paper. Just get it done, get it over with. Now, I'm actually going to pour out all this paint. These have been shaken offline, okay? Just to see, just for you, just a little quickness. Now, I don't know how much I'm going to use. I'm not worried about the order of these paints. So, filling this up. Once I'm done this paint, I'm done it. That's my attitude. So, and there are no repeat colors. But I just was thinking teal, and I was thinking teal because I saw a lot of teal. I got these paints when I was, my mom had passed, and my dad had passed as well. I'm not gonna, well, I might cry. And we were getting ready to sell their house. So we had to go through everything. And, with grief, that's really hard when you're grieving them and just going through everything. But what I noticed is they had on their door was a little, I don't know, it was a piece of wood, and it had the former people's names on it, which my parents never got rid of for some reason. I don't know why. But then I thought, yeah, let's cover it over. Make it in colors, because my mom always loved teals and blues and greens together. So let's do something like that. And so I did kind of an abstract, and I just used these paints. So that's the last time I used these paints. So, wow, that moved me. Yeah, I miss them terribly. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think of them. Oh, I forgot my glitter. Can't forget the glitter. So the glitter is basically paint, but it's held in suspension with some other stuff. So then when it dries, you actually do see the sparkles come out. And this is metallic. So just a little extra. So we've got some fun here. Oh, they're mixing. I don't care. We're just going to start painting. Okay. And I'm not even cleaning my brush after, each one. I'm going to just go. Some are a little bit transparent, I'm noticing, just by what I'm doing. And some are not. So I'm just kind of while it's still wet, I'm going to do some blending like that. See, easy. I'm just going with it, right? So again, when it's kind of wet, that's when you can do these great bleeds. Now I'm just if I show some brushes, brush marks, I'm okay with that too. This is a very dark color, so I'm just going to then bring my paintbrush in like that. You could do this with a sponge. You could do it with paper, right? It really doesn't matter with what you do. Now, I'm changing the color here because my brush, you see, had all that stuff in it, and then I went back to a light color. I'm just kind of doing a gradation here. There you go. Now, if this color was very important to me and I wanted to keep it, what I would have done is naturally clean my brush. Okay. Oh, this is so much fun. Just kind of mucking around. Highly recommended. This is just a really fun thing to do. It's fun to see how the colors are mixing, right? Well, so there's kind of a, don't want any harsh edges or anything like that, but you know, I do want kind of things to mix and flow together. I just kind of want a covered background, right? So I'm just going to go like this, and I'm just lifting it up here, going lighter with my pressure as I'm coming up, and then I'm just coming down here with some of that punching there. Okay, punching that color in, and let's do this. We don't actually see a whole lot of that because I covered it all up because of well, the blending, right? So I'm going to just go like this into this color, so that'll look nice. So kind of what I guess I was doing, I didn't even realize it. I was kind of going light to medium to dark. It's very interesting. I didn't even notice what I did myself until I looked at what I was doing here. So I want this to be a little bit smoother, so I'm going to kind of clean my brush like that. And then therefore I'm not really picking up any paint. I can go into this color, you know, and just kind of go over it like that. See? So it's a little softer. I'm getting some brush marks in there. That's okay. There we go. That's still kind of a line. Okay. I forgot to bring my sponges here. I should have brought some sponges. I'm going to get rid of some of these edges here like that. Now I'm still got this blue, right? But I'm going to bring in that lighter color. And it's still going to be a little bit mixed up, but it's not going to be too bad, right? So this is a little challenging because it's going so dark, right? So dark here. Oops, and what you have to be careful not to, like I did, I just started punching it there with my brush. I accidentally, when I went into the dark, I went into the light again. So if you don't want that to happen, don't do what I just did. Now this is speaking more to my soul. And you know, when I say my soul, I mean, this is what I've been wanting to paint for a while. And so I think it's really important, you know, especially when we're using art as an expression to help us with stress and everything like that. It's for us to really be aware of doing things that fill our soul. So what do I mean? Well, when I say fill my soul, I mean colors that I like, right? And that type of stuff. There you go. So I'm going to let this dry. Well, I'm going to help it dry. I'm going to clean this brush, and then I'm wanting to put some detailing on top. We're not going to go for a lot of detailing because in some ways I don't want the detailing to be, well, the focal point. I would like it just to be more of a background. You know, I might make it really busy all over. And because with the girl on top, I'm going to make her, you know, a little less, she's not going to be as bright. Things are going to be, yeah, in very just compounding colors and different. I'm not sure if this girl's going to represent me. Sometimes when I paint, these girls do represent me, but their hair's blonde. You know, it's just a matter of me expressing things, right? Expressing what I'm thinking inside. And how I express what I'm thinking is, and you'll see when we go further, I'm going to be focusing more on letters and words to really emphasize what I'm trying to show. So here's my blow dryer, and we're going to dry now. Oh, before we dry, one thing to note, just make sure when you're doing something like I just did, make sure your paint is going all the way to your edge so there's no white showing. Okay? Because that way it's going to, when we take off the tape, oh, it's going to be just a beautiful, crisp line with color because it's gone all the way to the edge. So with these paints, I haven't tested it out, but I do believe they dry faster than normal acrylic paints. The reason why I say that is because these have more liquid in them. They work wonderfully when you're taking a dot stylus. And when I talk about a dot stylus, I'm talking about, you know, these things that you use when you're doing mandalas and stuff like that. These make dots, you know, so they're wonderful for that. Well, the regular paint, you know, the acrylic in the tubes is too thick. But this is a right consistency for working with that type of material. So that's really nice. Now, this is dry. What's kind of cool is you can see through here, the line that I did. I'm not seeing anything else except for down here, right there, right? Yeah, but that's, you know, and like I said, that's okay. I really created it just to express. Speaking of expressing, I'm going to be using these. Now, you could use pencil crayons if you want. The reason why I say you can use pencil crayons is because with this one, I'm just going to be doing marks. I'm not going to be adding any paint on top. Well, I might add paint on top with the girl's face here, but that's the purpose of this, is more for mark making, not for paint. So I'm going to take this. You know what? I'm going to wait because I'm going to start filling with some things. Now, here's the glitter and here is the metallic. So I'm thinking I'm wanting to do those on top. That's why I didn't use any of these, but just these when I was doing the background. This way, these are going to be contrasting. They're going to be a little different because they're a different finish compared to the rest of the paint. So they're going to show up a little bit more. Very interesting with this one. See all those bubbles? it's pop. There's pop bubble. There's air in this paint. Yeah, interesting. I'm going to then. Oh, where's that? There. Here we go. I'm going to use this, and oh, I forgot to get my sponge. Here we go. I had to leave my chair. It's going to be, you know, nope, this time it's going to be great to actually go right in. Perfect. There. So I'm feeling with this girl, it's a happy thing. It's an expressive picture. So even though blue, the color blue means sadness, right? This blue is a lot lighter and uplifting. So I like that. So I think that's going to show some feeling in that way. Now, I'm going to take this, and I was thinking of kind of coming out from a corner. No, I'm thinking this corner. I don't know how well this paint is going to use because I've never done it with a stencil, but I'm going to try. So I'm going to use this one that has the glitter. Okay, so I'm holding it tight down. Okay, and I'm just going to place it here. I'm trying not to go over here. Oh, I'll have to a bit, won't I, in order to show the flower. Okay. That's the thing I love about just painting, coming to a project and just begin it, right? Just start playing. And what happens is sometimes you're going to have to think on your feet because, well, like I said, this thing kind of changed, it altered because I was like, oh, okay, what am I going to do now? Because, right, I have to show the edge. So I'm going to come and bring out the paint, okay, with its good old glitter. And I'm just going to bring it out and kind of fade it out like that, right? Now, I don't know how well this is going to show. This might need a lot of coat. So I'm just going to go over one more time with a coat. Go like this. I'm just continuing on. Okay, bringing that glitter out. I'm using quite a bit of it. It's really sopping up into this sponge. And then what I'm going to do, while this is still wet, right? I'm going to take this and I'm going to flip the stencil around. Oh, it looks kind of different. And I'm just going to do technically a print over here. Right? So what's going to happen is this did the inside. Oh, not very well now that I see it. But that's the thing. You try. And it's okay. I can fill this up later with something else. You know, cover it, right? So I'm just laying these down and then lift. Oh, there. You can't see it that well. Can't see it that well. But I'm okay with that because I got some texture here. So that's pretty thick there. So I'm just going to bring it out a little bit. Yeah, bring it out. Kind of soften that thickness that's there. There. I might, once this dries, I'm probably going to go over with it with something. It could be lines. It could be the bubble wrap, right? I'm not sure. So what I'm going to do, I got most of this off, right? So I'm just going to go like this. There. And put this aside. You don't know unless you try. And something like this, with this background, I'm okay with it, right? I'm okay. So with this sponge, I could go ahead and sponge other things. What I'm just going to do is put it in my water because this is acrylic, right? Whoops, I dropped my brush. But because this is acrylic, you want it to go in the water or get cleaned as soon as possible because acrylic acts as a glue, right? Yeah. So let's do that then, right? Just to kind of protect it a bit. So I've got this bubble wrap. Oh, I love bubble wrap. Now this is it. Oh, this one might not work because I'm looking at it very closely. It is actually bubble wrap inside with a plastic over top. Okay, I'm going to have to get some more bubble wrap. I can't use that one because it's not going to share the bubbles. I've got lots of bubble wrap here. Make sure it's the stuff oh, perfection. I've got a big selection because I notice now they're not sending things along with bubble wrap that often, right? So I'm saving them because I love playing with bubble wrap, so I want to make sure I have it for a while. What I like about this is I can reuse it over and over and over again. I was going to use my old one that I've been using, but it is, well, it's seeming a little deflated. So I'm going to take my blow dryer over this, okay? Very interesting. You know how I said this didn't really show up, but look at how it looks now that it's dry. Can you see that? It's actually more visible. It actually worked not too bad. I just wanted it as a light kind of impression. This, I'm using white. And I might use some lighter colors, like, and put them, you know, in here where there's darkness, right? I'm wondering if I should cut this smaller. My intuition says yes. So I'm going to cut this smaller. I like a little bit, not necessarily a square. I like rectangles better for some reason in this, well, in this instance. So you see, you can bring just a box of white coming in there. Now I don't need to use white. Another thing that, you know, you can use the glitter, right? So I'm going to be using the glitter. I'm going to take this paper towel. This is all dry, so I'm good. I just don't want to do this. I want you to see it, but I don't want to do it on my painting, right? Because, well, accidents can happen. So I want, let's try this teal, this metallic teal, right? And so what you want to do is just skim the top of it. Oh, it looks like one of the bubbles popped there. Okay, and you want to do the printmaking when everything is wet. Whoops, went too deep, thick with that stuff there, with that paint. Oops, oh gee. I am, it's funny because I'm clumsy right now, and I'm clumsy because, well, I think because I'm wearing a dress. And usually I don't wear a dress when I'm going to put it here, when I paint. So, you know, it's kind of funny that I'm dropping things. There we go. And let's get a slight print over here. Just as kind of an angle. So it's not all the same. You want repetition, but you don't want everything to be the same, right? That's a nice little impression. This is a bit stronger. This is a nice little lighter one because it's a second one. So I'm going to put some, I'd like to have some here actually. So now we should dry. Oh, I'm just, see how I'm dropping things? Well, you can't see, but some paints just fell. They're not, it's not my palette, so I'm okay with that. But what the heck, right? Oh, my. Okay, right side up. Get the right side up, people, right? Okay, I'm going to clean this brush. I use the brush to apply the paint. So very important, especially when you're doing white. Have your brush mostly white. I'm okay, or mostly clear, because I'm okay having some color come in. I'm okay with that. So this is, as I said, this is a little bit more liquidy than I'm used to, because I'm more used to the tubes, right? So the tubes are just thicker in the paint than these guys. And that's okay. I mean, each, you know, I mean, this isn't necessarily artist quality, but it's still good stuff, right? So I'm just going to start there. And I'm going to switch, right? Because the other side didn't get printed. And go like that. There you go. And lift. There. Oh, I don't know what it is, but I love that stuff. Now, I leave the paint on. Some people wipe it off, but you know, you could do whatever you want. I'm going to bring this stencil in. See, so there's going to be a lot of circles. I've already kind of thought that through. because I love these guys, love the bubble wrap. See with this, the flowers, there's some stuff. See with this, and then I'm going to do some printmaking with this, the rolls. So I thought that might be neat. You know what, I'm going to do those next. I'm going to just dip into the paint, and there's going to be a variety of paint because the colors are quite close, and I'm just going to go right there. Okay. I think I'm wanting to make marks all over, I think, you know? What do you think? I'm going to do kind of a chain here coming up. I'm going to do this out of the dark colors. So I'm just dipping in, right? Like that. I'm not concerned about being contaminated, right? We're just moving along. Doing it again. Now, what happens after a while, this is paper, right? So the paper actually doesn't like getting wet a whole lot, right? So you have to just kind of be aware of that. You might have to change your tactics. Okay, now I'm going to go back in this one. I'm not going to clean this up. I'm such a rebel today. We're just going to play. We're just playing. And that's the great thing about doing backgrounds like this. You're just doing mark making, really. This is all mark making. It's taking something that wasn't there before and making, you know, pressing down, doing some kind of printmaking here. What do I want? I'm wanting more white bubble wrap. You know what I should do first, though? I got cat hair on my lip. Those silly cats, they get hair everywhere. I'm going to take this. What am I wanting to do? I'm maybe wanting to do this coming from there. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to do this line. Oh, where's the paint? It's on this side. So I'm just wanting to do a section. Okay. So it's going to kind of start, and I'm going to try and fade it out. Oh, let's see. Is that still wet here? Yeah, kind of. I'm going to move this over. There we go. Okay. So where's my sponge? Taking my sponge, taking all the excess water out of it, even putting it down on my towel that I have, just to kind of absorb that, because we don't want to water down paint that is already watered down, right? I'm going to, do I want white? Yes. Again, the intuition. I was wanting blue, but I wasn't making my decision quite right away. So that's how I knew something's up. So usually when I listen to my gut, it's immediate. Is it yes or no? And I'll get a hit right away. Or if I don't, I'm kind of, that means a no, because really I haven't made the decision that quickly. When you know, you know. So I'm going to take this, and what I do is I press it here, and then I go to the side and take off the excess. Okay? Now, this is a tricky thing because sometimes, you know, things seep underneath the stenciling. I am not a stenciling pro at all. Now I'm going to fade this out, okay? So I'm going to go like this, really, really light, like that. See? There. Whoops. Ah! There. Oh, it kind of went together. That's okay though. Remember, this is just play. So I got it a little thick there. A little runny, you know? And that's the thing with the paint, right? It's a little more watery than I'm used to, but that's okay. We're just playing. Because I'm going to cover this up. I'm going to do, you know, line work or whatever. I'm looking just to kind of fill. Now, we've got some space here. Should we do some smaller ones? This is nice. This is kind of frayed, you see? Oh yeah, because I cut that one. And it's not flat because I cut it. This is nice and flat. So this would be perfect for printmaking. So let's do, I'm going to bring some white in there now. Okay, this is really thick stuff. It's really watery. So again, I'm kind of going off to the side and tapping it so it's not so thick. Did I want that inside or out? In. That's kind of neat. I'm going to do one over here. There we go. Kind of tailing off and going on that. And it's okay if it kind of runs out like that. See, it's not a solid white, but it still gives a little bit of oomph to this place, right? Just starting to dry now. So, and I'm just doing lots of little marks, kind of all in the same place. It's really drying out. See, so that gives an interesting kind of texture there. Play, 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 play. I'm going to go from here and I'm going to come out. Again, I'm using the same guy. So dipping them in there, and then I'm just going to take the excess off, okay? And I'm just going to start kind of following along. I'm going to get some more. I'm wanting this to be quite evident. Okay, dipping this stuff off. Okay, down and up and down, and then we're going up. There we go. Just a little bit. That's kind of neat. Now, you're going, where are you going? I don't know. But I'm liking how things are kind of laid out. Now, because I'm just filling the space, remember, I'm just filling the background. We're going to need something in here and something in there. So let's bring, okay, I'm going to take the paint off of this, because then I can reuse it, right? Because if not, then I might get a ledge of thicker paint on the edge of it, and it wouldn't work as well. So let's go. I'm going to add some more white down here. Yeah, I just like the white. I don't know why, but I do. And I'm actually, this time, I'm going to paint on top. I'm going to be careful, but I'm going to just do this. Now, some of them seem a little deflated here on the edge. No worries. I'm going to just go like this. And I'm, again, doing the edge thing. I'm going to just go like that. Oh, I kind of moved them. So some dots might be a little wiggly, right? There we go. And I'm just going to take a little off, kind of like that. There. That's kind of messy there, but that I'm okay. And then do a little here, just lifting the edge there. I'm going to do some, that's a little wet there. I'm going to do some right. Oh, that's the same kind of, I'm going to do one long here. Not sure how much is going to be seen. Oh, I dipped in a little blue. That's okay. Oh, I kind of like that mistake. little dips of blue that yeah, I'm gonna do that. Let's get a little brush. I don't have a little brush. I'm gonna get one, and I'm gonna do these little marks in this darker color. Adding variety, right? Everything's kind of big or medium. This is small. So by adding this adds some visual interest, right? Because it's not all the same as the rest, right? Now, is that complete? No, I don't think so. I'm going to add some blue here. I don't know why, but I just said in my mind, let's add little blue dots here. So that is what I'm doing. Things don't have to make sense. Sometimes we're so attached to, well, why are you doing that? When you're playing, you should just go for it. No worries about, I know we're attached to the outcome, but try not to be. Just express. How are you feeling? Now, I'm feeling pretty happy, upbeat, which kind of, in some ways, figures with what I'm doing because, oh, I made that too thick. No, what's too thick, right? I'm going to make one a little bit bigger there. I'm going to do some bigger ones here. There we go. I'm going to do some little ticks here inside these circles. You just have to let your mind be free and just say, I am just playing. There's no rules. Nothing has to be right or correct. It's just play. Now, I'm going to take a lighter color. And, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use the ball bearing that I showed you. The dotting stylus. So what I do is then I take this, and I was wanting to do this lighter color. Dip it in here. It's kind of pooled over there, but dip it in, and then I just wanted to do something in the middle right here. Don't know why. Do I know if it's correct? I don't know what's correct, right? What's correct? Oops, went sideways over one. And so I'm going to clean that off. I'm going to take another stylus. I'm kind of reaching over, don't know what I'm grabbing. Grab this one, okay? And I'm just going to do some dots. Let's do some lighter colors. Just random. Just filling that space. And what you'll find when you're doing this play, you're going to like some things a lot. And then there'll be other things that you're going, no, that didn't work. But that's okay. It's part of the process. You know, we didn't learn how to ride our bike the first time, did we? We needed help. And we practiced. Practice, 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 right? Yeah, there's, you know, people expect to know things right away now. I mean, and thank goodness for Google because we can know things right away. But boy, you know, we've become a very impatient society where we expect to know and do things right away, right? I've given myself a time limit to do this. Isn't that interesting? Usually I don't give myself a time limit. I just do until I'm finished. But today I'm doing a time limit. So see this? I am just taking this, I've dipped it once, and then I just go around. And what happens as the we make a dot, the next dot's going to be smaller than the other dot. Yeah, this is called taking a line or a dot for a walk. I like that. I don't know where I heard that from, but it really kind of fits it because you're just kind of placing these here and there, right? Just having fun. Yeah, they're really great to play with. It's really a lot of fun to play with these. Now, some of these people that do these mandalas with these dotting styluses, they are beyond beautiful. They are outstanding pieces of art. Okay, so I'm going to now take, what do I want to do? I wanted something here, and I've only have 5 minutes left. I've got the circles. Okay, I said put some more flowers in there. So that is what I'm going to do. Not that I think I did a great job with them, but I'm going to put them in. Which side did I use? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. So I've dried, I believe, most of it. So I'm just going to do something like this. Now, I need to do something darker or lighter and to show off. I'm going to go darker. Wow, that surprised me. So again, I'm dipping it in, taking off the excess. And so you have to watch out, and I'm not doing a great job here, but you want to make sure that this wonderful thing doesn't move, right? Because if it moves, well, you're not going to get the nice crisp edges that you want for that stylus, right? Or stylus. I'm thinking of the other thing for this stencil. I knew it started with an S. So that's what we're doing. See, I can't really, my fingers can only hold so much, right? Okay. So I'm going right up to the edge there. Okay. Okay. Keep going. Oh, I'm got stuck there. So all that work, that I did over here, I'm covering most of it. But we're going to see peeking through some of it. Right? So that's kind of cool. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, I'm going to wipe this. Oh, let's do a print right down here. There, right. Use that excess, right? That excess paint. So I'm pressing it down. Oh, I got some of the paint wasn't still, all the dotting that I made, it wasn't dry yet, so I got all dotted. Yeah. There you go. It didn't work that great. It dried most of it, but that's okay. So I'm just kind of wiping off the excess because you want to be able to have those edges still nice and crisp, right? Okay, I've got 2 minutes. I'm going to take a blue. I'm going to do some line stuff. I want to make this darker. There we go. So some of these lines, I want them to show up more. So I am darkening some of them and letting some of them go. Okay, now I'm going to take this guy and I'm just going to go over again. There. I'm going to do a little line, little lines here. Do some lines here. And I'm going to do some lines here with the white. Might not work. Oh, there it goes. Leaving some lines. There we go. And I want some dark blue in here. Little dashes. Little dash will do ya. There you go. Okay, that's it. So I think it looks kind of funky. You know, this part, I'm okay with it, but it's okay. Yeah. Oh, you know what I might do? Let's do some sponging with, oh, I've got some paint on here still. So I'm just going to do some sponging. There, just kind of, there you go. Kind of soften it up. There, that's nice. Okay. I'm going to come by and bring some sponge in here. Not much left. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Let's just do this a little bit. Adding some dark areas, because if it's all the same value, nothing kind of brings attention, right? So I'm bringing some darker values in here just to kind of add some visual interest. Well, we got lots, don't we? We got lots happening. I mean, if anyone looks at this closely, they're going to go, holy Toledo. But that's good. Okay, yeah, there you go. Now I have to go and pick up my husband. So part 1 is done. Here we go. We're going to let it dry completely, and then we're going to do the beautiful face. Stay tuned.